Everything reminds me of you, but everything is not enough. Feeling out by the ocean, and all of those white hot sands, where every sunrise is just for you. So come along and take my hand. Everything is not enough. Feeling out by the ocean, and all of those white hot sands, where every sunrise is just for you. So come along and take my hand.
So as you can see, there was not a whole lot going on as far as Ross Dress for Less. This is a different Ross Dress for Less from the other day. And the same TJ Maxx that I found Missoni Wave at about a week and a half ago. So when I was coming across and I scrolled through and saw Mont Blanc Presence Cool. So I've had a few people reach out to me and ask me about this one. I haven't read up anything about it. I do have the original. The original is kind of a nice cinnamon-based fragrance with a little bit of woods, a little bit of greens. Solid fragrance, admittedly one I haven't worn in quite some time. It used to be a favorite of mine for the fall seasons. I would assume this is a bluer, fresher take on that DNA. I don't know, we'll see. Is it worth $25 for 75 ml? I don't know. Usually Mont Blanc does pretty solid, especially when in this price point. So we're going to bust this open real quick, see what it smells like, and then cross-reference it against the notes and see how accurate I was. And here we have it. Gorgeous colored blue juice. It says Presence Cool on the front of it. Mont Blanc logo. Clicks into place. Let's I don't think I have anything on here. Give myself 3 good sprays. Kind of really drench my hand, you know. Maybe that's the alcohol. I'll give it a second before I say anything about it. But I do smell a little bit of fruitiness at the top, honestly. It's got a little bit, that's what I'm saying. It could be this alcohol because it's got a little bit of an aftershave vibe at the top. A little minty, aromatic type of smell. Yeah, minty aromatic. That's really how it comes across. That might be the cool aspect of it, where it's minty fresh. Definitely minty, aromatic, some citrus. Smells almost like a little bit of a lemon citrus maybe. Could be a combination of citruses. This actually has a little bit more of a barbershop vibe than I thought. I was not anticipating barbershop feel. It's got a pretty distinctive cooling aftershave type of smell to it, like a menthol-based aftershave. I was not expecting that. Not disappointed, just unexpected. It's a little light fruity undertone. There's a little bit of creaminess here in the backdrop, so there's potentially some sandalwood in here would be my guess. Because there's a light woody nuance in the backdrop and the slight creaminess. So that's my guess, is there sandalwood, but I'm thinking minty aromatic, so something minty, whether it be a cypress note, because that can come across minty, an actual mint note, geranium can come across minty, something along those lines, one of those three. Definitely some lavender. There's definitely some sort of clean musks here. A little bit of, I'm guessing, sandalwood. And some form of citruses. I could be off with the fruitiness, but everything else, I'm pretty confident. I'm like, I don't even need to go any further. It's kind of cut and dry what this is. So I'll pull up the notes real quick. I'll then paste them on screen for you guys, and we'll take a look. Okay, so I've got it pulled up side by side with my recording, so it's just to the side so I can see it. I'll have it on screen for you guys to see. I'm not using the typical, the same software where I could do the split screen right now. But chords are woody, fresh, spicy, aromatic, citrus, amber, warm, spicy, powdery, fruity, white, floral, musky. So I get woody, I get fresh, spicy, I get aromatic, I get citrus, I get a little bit of fruity, I get musky. So I get most of these. It's very barbershop-esque, for sure. Ratings aren't so great, but let's see. Bamboo, I would have never guessed that. I would never guess bamboo. Bergamot and Granny Smith apple, so green apple. That's believable. Geranium, there's your minty note. Geranium and jasmine in the mid. Then in the base, musk. There you go. Tonka bean, that's the powdery sweetness. Patchouli, amber, and sandalwood. So sandalwood is in here. That fruitiness has to be the apple. That bright freshness up top has to be the bamboo bergamot combo. But for as aromatic as it is, I don't see outside of bamboo can come off a little aromatic in itself, and aromatic's the third strongest accord according to this. But I thought for sure there was going to be some lavender, clary sage, something like that. Those are typically too stronger aromatics than something along the lines of like bamboo, for example, because that's the only thing I could see that could potentially be an aromatic here, though typically not an aromatic note. This is drying down better than the opening. I mean, we're early stages. We're just really kind of getting into the heart here. It's gotten a little bit sweeter and definitely more powdery than the opening. It doesn't have that barbershop aftershave feel so much anymore. It's much more creamy, sweet, powdery. Still quite musky. I'm not going to sit here and say this is phenomenal and something that everybody should rush out to their rack stores and try to get. That's not what I'm saying here. I feel like if you don't have heavy aromatic fragrances, if you don't have a lot of them, this could be okay because it's a minty aromatic. That's the simplest way I can put this. It's a fresh minty aromatic. So I get where they're coming from with the blue juice and cool, for example. I think it's okay. Maybe a little bit better than that. It's a good fragrance. It's not a great fragrance, though. Matter of fact, let's just give it a rating. First impressions rating. I'm going to sit here and say it's like a 5.5 out of 10, which is good. You know, 5 and 5.5 is the good rating for my fragrances. Better than good is 6 and 6.5. Very good. 7, 7.5. Great. 8, 8.5. 9 plus is just outstanding, you know. And then 4 and 4.5 would have been okay. I do think it's a little bit better than okay. I think it's a good fragrance. It's just nothing special. It's not remarkable. It doesn't strike me as anything that'll be a memorable scent profile. But it is nice. It's clean. It's a done to death type of style because it does have a barbershop feel to it, but it doesn't smell like every barbershop aftershave type of smell. In the top, very reminiscent of a menthol-based aftershave. But as it dries, it does get a little bit more character here. Admittedly, it does get better in the dry down for sure. The opening's not bad. The dry down's just better. A lot of musk. A lot of musk in the backdrop. Like I said, this is a masculine scent. This isn't playful. This isn't youthful. When you see the color of the juice, you know, younger guys may think it's going to be a typical modern fragrance that has blue juice. No, not. It's actually more of a classic style than anything. When you hear barbershop, that's not the most modern scent profiles. You know, not a traditional barbershop fragrance through and through, but a strong resemblance to a lot of great characteristics of what makes a good barbershop fragrance, or even a great barbershop fragrance. If we were just rating this as a barbershop fragrance, it'd probably be a little bit better rating than what I gave it, maybe more in that 6 to 7 range as far as the particular scent profile. I think what it is, it does do pretty well for the most part. Doesn't come across very synthetic or smell really cheap. Not to me anyways. But then again, it doesn't smell like a high-end fine fragrance either. But yeah, I'm sticking to it. 5.5 out of 10. It's good. It's a good fragrance. Would I rebuy it? Probably not. Am I going to wear it all the time? Probably not. But I will wear it on occasion. I will spray it here in the very near future. I'm going to spend a little time with it because I don't just want to one-off it with a spray and say, it's okay, it's not going to crack rotations. Because I will give it a little bit of its fair shake in the rotations just to see if it grows on me. Maybe it'll get better with time to where potentially it could move into a 6.5 better than good type of rating after I spend some time with it. But for the first impressions, it's just a good fragrance at 5.5 out of 10. And I don't regret the purchase at all. If it would have been a sub 5 rating, that's where it starts to get regrettable. If it's just an okay fragrance or subpar or anything like that, then it's not even worth $15 at that point, let alone 25. But for 25, I feel like you could do worse. But if you're looking for modern, this ain't it. This is more traditional with a little bit of a modern touch, but not much. But it's solid. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. How many of you have tried this, and what do you think about it? Do you have a similar assessment to this fragrance as do I? As I do. I mean, let me know. I'm sure there's some people that really enjoy this. I'm sure there's some people that regret their purchase with this because this is kind of rolling the dice, blind buy type of stuff, which is what I like to do with the rack stores. I love shopping at the rack stores. I love being on the hunt to find is it worthy of the money? Is it worth more than you're actually paying for it? Or should you just leave it sitting on the shelf? Not necessarily must buy. Had I smelled it prior, I would have left it sitting on the shelf probably. But again, like I said, I don't regret it. I will spend a little bit more time with it. But it's nothing special. It's not remarkable. But it's also not bad in any way, shape, or form. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on Presence Cool from Mont Blanc and you give it a spray now, I don't know, you might end up thanking me later. But then again, if you smell it and pass on it, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.